Well, hello, my friend, and I hope you're having a wonderful evening, day, or just life in general. I am the Thinker, aka Scotty, and again, I'm going to pick up the video game thing after in a little bit. Um, and this is about the system and how it should be fixed, or at least restarted, or rebuilt, especially the medical system, medical care system, as well as the psychiatry system of calling people mentally ill. Um, what I found, I'm at Memorial, and I guess I was kind of sent away because I have high sugar levels because I'm pre-diabetic. But I guess it was that no one told me about that when I actually was detained involuntarily, and I guess people also concerned that I was a problem, my threat to myself because I was trying to clean my room and better fit life. Like I said when I said there's a difference between a hoarder and a saver. I mean, in reality, I have a kind of like a jumpsuit because they think I'm a problem. So they evaluate me to see if there's a problem. But being a problem like 2 or 3 days, and it's kind of, but at least you get to know yourself more, and at least you get to make videos that I never had a chance to make before. Um, but for some reason, for some reason, this doesn't make any sense. Is that the time I've been here, they could have not wasted any tax money for me being here. Could have left me alone, let me improve, move on in life. They could have saved all the tax money they have for me staying here in the hospital. Could have probably put that benefits to, I don't know, giving homeless people houses, feeding the poverty and the poor that are suffering in on this planet. I mean, it's very sad. It actually makes me want to cry at times because when you realize that the system can do anything, they go down the opposite road because they never learn from mistakes. Like that quote. I love that quote from Kennedy. John Fitzgerald Kennedy. I believe that's his name. If I'm wrong, let me know. I might actually be wrong about pronouncing the middle name, original name. But he said, "An error is not an error until you fail to correct it." Um, or it doesn't become an error until you fail to correct it. That's that. I believe that's the exact quote. I could be a little bit wrong. I could have been missing a word, but let me know if I am. So I'm not perfect. I just have a different outlook on life than other people. If I do, judge me first. I also am more like an empath, so I feel energies around me, which affects me a lot, very, very heavily. And when you're in a hospital where there's like happy, when there's babies being born and then people dying, it's like a feeling that it's hard to comprehend, but it's very painful. Um, but everyone has that ability. I think they kind of suppress it though too. Every ability, a human being is pretty much a multidimensional creature. Anyway, so we got many different abilities. We all can learn how to be telekinetic. We can all learn telekinesis. We can all learn to heal each other. Heal through vibrational energy, vibrations of sound. We can heal. We can heal through. The Gerson plant, the Gerson therapy. I mean, you could heal just by listening, doing the right foods and juicing, just by listening to Dr. John Berkman about what he says. Um, the problem is that Charlotte Gerson said one thing, which is pretty interesting. She said the doctors are not allowed to use the stuff that can heal. They can only be allowed to use the things that have failed over and over and over, like radiation, stuff like that actually toxifies the body even more. Weakens your immune system, makes you lose your hair, and make you sicker. And it weakens your immune system, which is really bad. So honestly, the only reason people have cancer is because of the chemicals and toxicity and vitamin deficiencies in the actual world. If that was fixed through the proper organic diet, people would actually get better. Because if things are alive, have positive energy, and have the potential to reset your body's healing mechanism, you will never ever get sick and you will always be healthy. But if you're a sugar problem person, like diabetes, you cannot continue to give the person carbohydrates. It will not help them survive. It will actually kill them quicker. And it's not a good thing in society. Like here, another example is I was here and there's this mother brought this little poor little kid in here, and he wasn't hurt that I could see at all. And I think he just had a breakdown. He just wasn't sure what was going on. I think he was having a spiritual awakening, so he wasn't sure what was going on because it hit him. I think it hit him really fast. He didn't understand what was going on because he was probably awake and he knew what was going on. He could see through the lies and deception. But he was on a stretcher going out with the paramedics, and the kid asked. He was like probably 12 or so, 11. He asked, "Why am I strapped to this? It feels strange. It feels weird." And the paramedics, they said nothing. And I was going to say, there's nothing wrong with you. You're just suffering through a consciousness state, which is trying to make you heal and move forwards. Also, about the medical system is that it takes them so long to figure something out that they just label you anyway. They can label you anything. If you know the truth, if you watch the documentary, The Truth About Psychiatry on YouTube, your mind setting will change completely. And then again, the goal for the pharmaceutical companies and medical system is in the future to have every single person on some type of medication, toxic medication, be it healthy, sick, or dying. They don't care. They care nothing about human life. If they cared about human life, everyone would be actually. The problem is people don't do that, so that's why most people suffer. Too, and she was killed by brain cancer. Once you lose someone from that type of event that's close to you, for yourself, it changes you forever. It changes your perception on life to such a high degree that no one else can comprehend it. Like they wouldn't know unless they actually been through it or feel it. It's the most painful experience, especially if you're like their son. And she's like an extra extended family member or a mother. Then it breaks your heart, and then it breaks your heart even more to know that she had a son, and she's like 40 years old when she died from it. She actually died in 2012 in New Hampshire. Her name was Lisa Gray. She was like probably her son is pretty cool. I know her son, but she was so nice. Every day I miss her desperately. Regretting that I should have visited her at her house and seeing her horse and seeing her one last time. It is true though. You don't accept things until it's actually gone. Like you don't know how it feels until the person's gone. And then your very existence, just spark of life just dies. I mean, I've been through a lot. I mean, I had my cat killed by a Fisher cat when I was 10. I had my grandparents pass in like 2012, I think, or 2011, 10. I think it's 2012. I can't recall really. It's hard. I lost my Uncle Eddie because he had a cool cat van with different cats on. He had a cool life van. If I could have Uncle Eddie, he was so cool because he had the cat van. The cat van would have all kinds of like different colored cats and cats in general, like with instruments on them. It's really cool. And then I lost a friend from NCIL, North Country Internet Living, named Joe, and he was an older guy with a brain damage. And I always remember him having once about him. I always remember him playing games with me and not judging me. But it was kind of like having him, even if he forgets after a couple minutes and he wants a cigarette. Even when you talk to someone like that, repeating it, it's experience you gain. But also, I believe last time I had children, I think that's the reason why I love kids. Because even Joe from there, even though he died, I still loved him as if he was my child. Even though he's 50, I still loved him as a child because he forgot things, but people can do that. But I kind of think it's like over an inner parent thing. Like it's just something you just generally always feel. It's like a nurturing thing. You just always seem to sense and feel. Um, Kind of like when I was here at the hospital and there's a little boy crying. I'm not sure if they were giving him a shot or what, but calming him down with one or something. I don't know. He was crying so much, man. Everyone was just ignoring him. I couldn't stand it. It was breaking my heart. It's something about when you hear a child cry or crying, it's your first instinct to go and help him. And it's hard for me to actually ignore that because when I hear a kid crying or sad, I want to help them because I believe strongly that in my past life, and everyone has them, that in my past life, I still remember more memories than before because I'm on medication that I know to be able to open my memories up and feel them more and notice them. And I think the reason I love kids and kids like me is because I've got some kind of energy that they love because I'm so energetic. But to me, kids are a joy. I mean, if I could find a woman, like I said, that was kind, loving, was positive, didn't argue with me about anything, compromise with me, didn't if she listened to me if she was in pain and she was emotional from either from being when she was pregnant and feeling emotions, I'd give her a hug or comfort her. If she was after having the baby and she didn't like her body, like if her stomach kind of looked kind of I guess like misshapen or kind of what's the word saggy. I mean, I'm not gonna love her any less. I love her more. Actually, if a woman you're with loves you enough, you with you and have children, then she's worth staying with. And what you should never do is try to talk to other women when you're around her, because if she's the one for you and she makes you happy and your life is full of love, peace, and joy, then you shouldn't mess with things that are just out of your hands or just out just you shouldn't mess with things basically that shouldn't be fixed. Because like in Dragon Ball Z from the Father Bardock movie, in the scene with the scientist while he's checking his info or his schematics or whatever, he says, "How can I simply not fix something that just simply ain't broken?" So you can't fix something if it's not broken. So I mean, the women are special though. Like to me, a period is beautiful. Pregnancy is beautiful. Childbirth is beautiful. A baby is beautiful. A woman is beautiful. To me, everything and everyone is beautiful. If I had a woman that would allow me to have children with her, as long as she didn't mind giving me sex when I wanted it, I'd do anything for her if she let me hold her when I was feeling down, held me and I held her when she was feeling down at the same time. Even as when she was pregnant. Now I had a friend over and my friend's sister came over and visited me here, and I held her for like an hour or so, and I could just feel I couldn't she wasn't actually crying or anything. It was kind of like I could just feel it in her breathing. She was feeling this pain, these emotions, but I could also kind of very 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 kind of gently feel her energy coming off, kind of emotions, kind of just feel all of them bubble up. But now I know how women feel and how their emotions work. So now I have experience on how they feel. So when I tell them how I feel, and then they hold me and they feel these emotions, and I tell them how I tell them they should tell me how they feel. See, what a woman wants is you to be emotional. The problem with us guys is that we have a defense mechanism. So we automatically assume that if we have emotions, it's a weakness. But we understand that even the strongest people cry, strongest guys. Um, like um, like people that actually would cry are just I mean people in the war. I mean people in the military. Those guys go through hell. Trust me. Because trust me, war is not a fun thing. Once you take a life, you're never the same again, ever. It just kills a certain part of you that just never goes away. Because you know that you killed someone to defend yourself, but in result, you took that life off the planet. So you can't forgive yourself. And the constant trauma and memories are terrible. I mean, like me, I have constant freaking flashbacks of my fucking parent, everyone dying in my life over and over and over like a freaking record. It's like being in a freaking on a war or on a big giant battlefield in war, but as a civilian. Especially if your parents or family members are suffering from cancer and then you have to see them dying because of cancer and old age. Once you suffer through that, though, it's not a good feeling. It breaks you. It's something that you can never, ever want to feel ever. It's the most painful experience ever in life. But the opposite of death is birth or rebirth. So in reality, there's no really downside because even though you have a baby, it's a life. And even if you pass on, you'll reincarnate if you believe in it into another body or another baby with your soul. So in reality, it's not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. Actually, I actually wouldn't mind having children. I mean, there's a woman on this webcam thing, and I think she's from Africa. And I was thinking of maybe trying to save up some money extra and maybe flying down to see her. She has one kid. I mean, but she likes me, and I like her. So I mean, like she's kind of upset. She's kind of like has low confidence because she thinks that she's not attractive because her her belly looks saggy. But I assured her that if I was with you, it wouldn't matter. I said to her, if I was going to do that, trust me, I'd freaking pleasure you right there. I'd literally pleasure you if you wanted me to, if you felt that way. And that she hasn't had sex in about I think probably 4 to 6 months. I haven't had it in like 6. So I mean, if you ever heard of blue balls, they're really painful. If you haven't had it for 6 months, it's really painful to build up. It's like someone smashing you in the balls with a hammer, or at least squeezing them with a vice grip. It's that fucking painful. And even if you want look at something to jerk off or relieve yourself, it doesn't help. I talked to a pregnant woman, or a woman that was lactating, the woman I was talking about, and I told her about the thing. She didn't know what it was and explained it. And I said, blue ball for a guy is the equivalent of your breasts being filled so much with milk and not releasing them that the pressure build up and actually starts to hurt. So yeah, it's pretty much the equivalent of that. But then again with the system now I was going back to. The system's broken and should be fixed. First, they should work on the treatment and healthy point of the body through organic food, fruits, organic diets, without dietary sugars and medications. What we should really do is learn to not label people as something just because there's something wrong. I mean, how do you know that the people that have schizophrenia are not actually crazy? What if they're actually connected to a higher consciousness or a higher being of intelligence? What if they're not talking to themselves and it's not voices? What if the voices in their head? Think about this. Expand your mind. Open your mind. Expand. If they're actually hearing their higher self in their head, what if they're actually getting talked to by beings from another time, either another dimension or world? I mean, Tesla fucking talked to him, and he was a fucking genius. But he also knew that 3, 6, and 9 was the key to all things in the universe. So 3, 6, and 9 are pretty much mathematics to everything in the universe and here. But let's see. It was. Let me see here. Well, besides the mathematics, like the health system I was talking about, it's not as there as it should be. Like, well, like I was saying a minute ago about the how people should be healed and stuff. They should be healed naturally. What we really should do is fix the main problem at hand. But about treating people like mentally ill. See, how do we know that schizophrenia is really not someone talking to the higher version of themselves from another time, another dimension, or that it could be the government using secret mind weapons on them, like mind control weapons on them to make them do things? It's not impossible. They've been using it since like I think was like the 40s, 60s or earlier. They've been using those on people, trying to control their minds, bring like mind control. Yeah, it's pretty sad. And like, well, like in the medical system, bipolar they call is not bipolar. Bipolar is just a secondary term for it. Bipolar doesn't actually exist as a word. They actually have a diagnostics manual that they write all the shit. They all 10 of them all sit in a group and they agree what thing's going to exist for a disease. They just make it up. It's not exist. It's just people actually believe it. But did you know that people that have ADHD are not actually ADHD? It's not attention deficit disorder. It's actually called just distraction. Recently, they put it to ADHD. Before, ADHD is actually just distraction. Like bipolar is just feeling up, being happy and sad. If you feel homesick, I guess it's called something. It's like anxiety or something. It's something to do with being like. I can look it up in a second. It's like no, it's called separation anxiety. I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. And another one was like, it's like it doesn't make any sense at all. Like, I just don't get the system. It doesn't make any sense at all. Like, I don't know. I think the system is so broken that it might actually not be able to be fixed. I still have hopes. What we need to work on, though, is poverty and the people that are starving. I actually thought of a system that could have worked, and nobody listened to me. I said it when I was back at Shaw's years ago, but 2006 or something. It was really longer. In 2012, it's hard to say. It's hard to remember. It's so long. But basically what I'm getting to is, if you have a system that runs on how much everyone buys every day, which amount of food everyone eats, times their size, times the family, and how long the stuff stays good for, you can actually put down a list, put their name, but only just put their first and last name, but only to keep track of it. Because that way, if you do that, you'll actually reduce the amount of food that's used, which will help less food being wasted, therefore causing less deaths of people starving and people that are poor and starving. So in reality, by doing that, you actually fix the system. Because the more people that starve and die, the worse society is going to get. The first thing society needs to understand is we are a love generation or society. We're all love. We always have been. We always will be on a higher level of love and vibration because that's who we truly are. Because I strongly believe that our ancestors, either from dimensional worlds, or even not dimensional worlds, even people on the inner earth that exist, our family, and our extended family, or family in general. You know, I gotta say that I saw a video about Richard Byrd going into the actual inner earth and talking to people, and then when he came out and talked to the government said, "You." I believe that if he saw that stuff and green and livers, and there actually is civilization down there, then the system has been lying to us for a very long time, since the 40s, since Admiral Byrd flew down there. So he's been lied to about what 60 something years, maybe more than that. But the reason why there's interdimensional beings or UFOs or intergravity craft around that's not human made is because a lot of them come from the Earth. Because there's a lot of civilizations that have that inside the Earth. I guess it's called New Berlin or Gartha, and they truly are worried about us because they know we are a good race, but they want us to not use nuclear weapons again or use any more violence on the planet. Because every single time we drop something like that, it affects them. And from talking to someone, I've learned that there are specific crystals down there in that society that turn a certain color when. So they're a certain brightly colored element, but when there's negative energy and hatred and pain on the planet, the crystals down there turn a gray color. So by gray definition, I would say that gray means the system that the planet is actually dying. I mean, if I could go down there right now and talk to the people, oh my God, I'd be so happy. I'd love to know my origin. I would love to know why I'm here. I would love to know what my purpose is. I would love to know how they became the awesome technological experienced loving race they are. I wonder, like, how did you guys get to this point in life? How do you guys manage to figure out how to be at peace and be in a love vibration? How do you guys manage to live? Because people, for some reason, when you look, for me, it's weird because it's possible I'm not actually from here. It feels more and more that I'm maybe not from here. Maybe I'm from down there, from Agartha or place, because they explain why I feel these emotions so much more, and why I feel more love for things, especially the planet. And whenever I see trash, it hurts. Like it hurts my heart chakra and everything else, because the planet's being harmed, and I know the world's alive, the Earth is alive because it's a living being. And I mean, like look at Mother Nature. Do you think Mother Nature would appreciate it though if you started causing problems and havoc on them? She'd still love you. If she was actually a actual being, or if she's a being of actually energy or physical. But I don't think she'd be too happy with us destroying all the beauty she got. I mean, if God exists or creator, he's not going to be too happy if you destroy his wonderful creation. I mean, the planet is really a nice place to be. It's just the people on it just don't understand. But if you research and see what Atlantis was like and how that beautiful place was, you'll learn that at one point there was no such thing as money. There was no such thing as paying for gas. There was no such thing as money of water being costing money or owning stuff. You look at the point of view from the Native American, even the Abenaki Indian will tell you. And I'm part Abenaki on my father's side, by my third great grandmother. So that's one of the reasons I like it. I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, I think by far that the Native American Abenaki Indians from New Hampshire, where I'm from, are by far the most loving people I've ever seen in my life. I've been listening to a nice song. It was like Ayla Lai Lai Lo. That's the name of the song, I think. It's by a bunch of Native Americans. And it talks about how um, um, just a second, buddies. Just a minute, I'm gonna figure out what it says. Um, oh, sorry, guys. The computer's really slow. It's really really old. It's a mother's computer. It's a really old laptop. It's really broke, and the CPUs are all messed up. And computer, I'm sorry. The buttons even stick too sometimes. So if I was typing, the buttons are kind of screw up. Kind of like some of the buttons stick. So I think I actually got to clean the buttons at some point. I mean, well, my best friend could actually help me fix. He's really good with computers. I mean, I have some really cool people that have really good with stuff, but I don't know. All I know though is I don't think I'm crazy. I just think I'm more awake and conscious about everything. I just wish that people would let things go and just let them flow like they are, like down a creek or a river, or even down a even on a calm sea, a sunny day where the weather is not all. But I gotta say though that women are. I gotta say back to women. Women are the greatest. We should appreciate them and everything they do. Because if they're willing enough to have sex with us and trust us enough to have sex with us, and we fuck them and leave them just because we want sex, it's not going to help them feel better. Because you're kind of messing with their emotions and chemical balances, which kind of gives them the thing that you're gonna stay with them. And then once you get to know them and they get to know you, and then you kind of change your perception on everything. If you actually learn to rethink and relearn what you've learned, like Yoda says, you'd actually learn more about yourself and her. Actually, once you really find what the woman's problem is with you and why she does it, you could probably change your outlook to improve her and make her better, as well as yourself. Because like if my woman was a gold digger and I was with her, I'd talk to her. I'd be like, well, you don't have to be a gold digger. I can make you happy as you want if you just let me try. Just let me know what you actually want. Because all you really need is what you need to survive. See, me here, all my stuff is at my mom's house. I've got probably like literally 12, maybe 14 things total with me. Maybe less than that. Probably about a bag and a half of stuff total. It's all my stuff I own right now. Well, I mean, yeah, plus the stuff that I have locked away that's pretty much a bag size. So about 2 bags total, which isn't a lot of stuff. But I can also improvise. So basically, I wear these jumpsuits, and they're really poorly made with a white zipper, and they're just really flimsy, and they break every single time because they're not used. They're not good for people of big sizes, but they're also not really comfortable for your balls because they kind of like there's that piece in the middle to kind of separate your balls, and it kind of hurts a little bit actually. And then it'll suck to the zipper because sometimes it actually will get caught on your balls, and that's fucking painful. But also, my thing was damaged. My thing, instead of asking for another one, the zipper was broken. I took another one that was broken. I wrapped it around me like a belt, and I put it in such a way that you couldn't see the zipper or my dick, which would cause people to have indecent exposure problems and arrest me, even if it was accidental. And so I put it around a certain way as a belt on my body that it actually had kind of looked like a surgeon uniform in the front, so that way I can still take a piss or whatever, use the bathroom, but it's designed enough from doing it that it actually works. But that's just my creativity, man. I mean, hell, I mean, here's an example. I mean, if you guys really want to use any of my ideas, it's okay. I mean, I don't mind, because that's why I actually have them. Because if I don't make them, at least someone else will do it or be creative as well. So at least I know that what I'm doing is not pointless. If I had children right now, I'd actually not teach them to go to school. I'd teach them on their own. I'd teach them what I know, what I've seen, videos I've seen, to learn how to live life. So, but also, well, you know, socks. Well, socks are really useful too. Have you guys ever Ever thought that if your pant legs are kind of long on your clothes, and they're kind of going over, you could always take a sock or so, stretch them a little bit to make it a little stretchier. Then you could put them on your ankle, but strong, tight enough to keep it from actually dragging, but not too tight that it cuts off the circulation. Kind of like a balance, a yin and yang. That's what I do. That's what I have with these, because they're so long. So I had to do that, so I didn't have a choice. But then again, I had some soap that I was trying to cut in half to make it last longer, and a notebook. So I took the wire from the notebook, unclipped it a little bit, held it from one side, and to the other side, and slowly cut it like it was a wire or cutting clay. So I mean, pretty much every single thing I've done can actually be used for something, one way or another. But a system can be fixed, though. If people are going to help people, they need to talk to them. A psychiatrist cannot talk to someone for like 20 minutes and expect the person to answer automatically what's wrong with them. And even if they tell them what's going on, they still get labeled. So in your best interest, anybody's, when you're talking to a psychiatrist, be silent. Say nothing. Because therefore, if you're silent, they can't judge you. That's what I've learned. That's what I'm learning more. Is the system does not care about you. Because if they did, they'd leave you alone. Because life's all about maturity and spiritual healing. Part of your life, you will never heal. Like me, for example. So like I said, when I was at my mom's house, I went I did the recycling. I had like 6 or 5 foot tall stacks in my room of recyclables. But I didn't know you couldn't recycle every single thing. If I knew that, I probably would have got rid of them immediately. But no one really told me that ahead of time. And then after that, I had a nervous breakdown, and I had a woman named Linda, most beautiful 54-something-year-old ever. She was from North Carolina. So beautiful. She was going to be the woman I was in love forever. Actually, at the same time when this happened, her actual lover died, and the suffer through it. And I comforted her as much as I could. And we were actually gonna have a life together. I was working at Shaw's. I was gonna kind of work more, get a vehicle license, or maybe just a vehicle in general, just travel some kind of travel thing, and or something. I was gonna figure it out. I had to figure it out pretty much. She was gonna come down, visit me. She was gonna come give me a hug. She was gonna get in her van. Me and her were gonna be at our own place. She is 50-something, but she likes kids. So I said to her, even though she's an older woman, she's 54, I'd freaking have kids. If I have sperm strong enough, super strong enough to get you pregnant, I'll fucking do it. You're 50-something, I'll fucking knock you up. If I can. No problems. So I don't mind. Kids at 50-something. And I kind of find that very beautiful, sexy, and hot as well. Though the other thing I kind of like though is I've never actually had sex with a pregnant woman, but oh my god, it sounds amazing. Though then again, also even sounds even better. But when you have blue balls, I'm not doing it in like 6 months. It kind of makes it more worth it, because you don't truly understand it is to lose something or have anything until it's truly gone. That's actually why a little homeless people are happier without anything. When they have nothing, they actually want to make more people happy. Because even though they're suffering, they want others to be happy. And that's what I'm finding out, is that materialistic things don't make people happy. It actually makes the opposite. And that greed will never make society better anyway. But there'll always be good and bad people. There'll always be people that have their own thought patterns. because people always have that thinking, even if they or everyone's peaceful, there's still someone else in the universe that has the opposite objective as they do. But all I'm gonna say is I love you guys. Thanks for listening. And one more thing. Actually, while I'm on here, anyway, I mean, I might as well talk about part of the third part of my video game video on here anyway. Just for like a minute or so, maybe, I don't know, just as long as until I get kind of I guess tired or just I don't know, just lose energy, I guess. I don't know, like all games are really fun. The Galactic Battleground game you've got to try. All those games I said last time in the second video of the video games you guys should try. It's really fun. A really fun game for the original Xbox and the PS2 is Def Jam Fight for New York. Oh my god. Play as rappers, get specials, and go through a campaign. Oh my god, greatest game ever. Plus you can play 2-on-2 matches with a friend. Oh my god, so much fun. You can like do 5 styles. I believe you get 5 ability. Like you only get 3 of them, but you can have 5 total, I think. I think one was wrestling in the campaign. I believe you can also play it in multiplayer too. You can get I think street fighting, kickboxing, boxing, I believe. I believe you can also get submissions. I think there is one other one. Martial arts. I believe there's 6. So it's martial arts. But you can combine any of the 3 for your guy. So just gotta choose wisely depending on what your tactical abilities are for it. They all have different strengths and weaknesses. Another good game would be Turok. Turok still was a good game, but yeah, pretty cool. But you guys should play old games like the old 64, old retro games. Those are always fun. I mean, you play old video games like that. Oh my god, bring back so many memories. Also, that woman I was talking about, the one from Africa, I would love to go there and comfort her. I'd love to fly down there right now if I had the money, and I'd love to go visit her. Just give her some comfort, help her take care of her child. And even if she wanted to, I told her I would give her as much love as possible. If she told her if she hadn't had sex in about 6 months, and she wanted sex for 3 months, I'm there, man. At this point, I can fucking do sex all the time from how much I'm craving it. And as a result, if it impregnated her, in a result, and she wanted a baby or so, another one to like maybe just a brother, but get down to just a brother for her son, just so or sisters, so they could actually playmate or something, or siblings, that'd be fine too. Because the other one is her child with someone else, but if I did it, I think her child is actually African, but I think if I actually went with her, I would be more of a multicultural child. So it'd be a combination of white and African or black African, whatever we're going to call it. It'd be multicultural. So basically, it would have a sense of how society in America works and life in America, but also the point of view of how Africa works in the culture. So basically, you get both the best of both worlds. So it's pretty precious actually. But I would say though that if I can get down there, oh my god, I'm going to cuddle with her so much. I could use the cuddling of the woman right now. I just miss that so much. Like I say, I want the people left alone, but in actuality, I actually don't want to be left alone. I actually don't like being alone because I'd rather actually have someone by my side for company. Because I'm kind of like without a woman by my side, I kind of feel really lonely. Because when you have a woman, you feel more comfort. For me, at least, it does. There's something about having a woman with you, especially one that likes you and doesn't argue with you, and just kind of compromises with you, doesn't call you names or say that you're something you're not. Then you actually want to be with that woman, and I mean, I hope that going down there when I have a chance to, and I figure out the airline prices, it'd be kind of cool to go visit her. But I gotta say, she's probably by far the most beautiful person I've met, and everything I said to her, it makes her happy because I know how they feel. Like I told her, like if she feels all the emotions, I mean, if she's feeling sad with all these mixed emotions when she's pregnant or not, I'll help her. I mean, I told her in Africa. So if you, if you let me have sex as much as I want when we have time, I will literally do anything you want me to do. I will even change the diapers. I mean, I will do that. If a woman loves me and cares about me that much, and at least lets me have sex when I want it, when we have time, huh, then she's always gonna get it. And if I have to get a penis pump to make it bigger and make it work better, I'll do it. Though I would love to try a clit pussy or nipple pump on a woman, or all three, or at different times. But not bad. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's inappropriate. It's kind of like it's just a feeling. Like I don't know if you guys ever want to do that. If I'm alone or if other people want to try it. But I've seen porn videos that when the women do that. Oh my god, it's so hot. Oh my god, so hot. If one thing I'm gonna do is if I get this woman pregnant, oh my god, I'm gonna try that freaking clip pump on her when she was just like pregnant. Not when she's really highly pregnant, like heavily pregnant, like toward like later on, but like kind of like in between the beginning, kind of in between 3 months or so. I'll try it. I know she's retarded anyway, but I want to see what she would feel like if I actually just kind of pumped it up to the max, where it's kind of like sticking out like 3 inches or something, the pussy or whatever, and kind of lay underneath there with my mouth open and then just suck on it, see how she feels, see how it feels to her. Because I gotta say that sounds really hot. But I'm sorry if you guys think it's kind of strange and I'm saying this, but you gotta understand with me is when I say something, I actually say it from the heart and actually state the truth when I say it. I mean, I'm not afraid of speaking the truth or saying how I feel. But I would never judge someone based on what they look like or what was wrong with them. Even if the woman I was with had a really shitty appearance or was really ugly, I'm still going to love her. Because you got to focus on both inner and outer beauty. If a woman I had was so I guess not really ugly. I guess just not beautiful. In the standard of people thinking beautiful, but ugly as in if they look physically ugly, it's not gonna bother me because she's beautiful to me. And even if someone looks ugly in some way, I'm not gonna say no to them. I would literally love them more. Like an example is, if I had children with a woman and my child was brain damaged, I'd still love them. I'd be sad, but I'd still love them. Also, I'd be really sad if my child died. Like if my girlfriend or wife had a miscarriage, it actually devastates me because I talked to a woman online too, another woman, and she lost her first baby through a miscarriage. And when she said that, it broke my heart just listening to it about how she was suffering and how we don't understand their emotions. I actually understand how they feel. And I gotta know, once you have something growing inside of you and you love it so much, you're so happy and excited for it, and then it dies. It breaks you so hard. And the one thing you don't ever want to happen. You don't want your kid. You don't want to out your you to you don't want to have you outlive your child. Your child dies before you do. That's a sad thing to happen ever. And another one is to have a child die. That's a miscarriage. Because once that happens, the grief sets in. And then the love that you once had just slowly separates. Because she has to get over it, and you have to comfort her. You have to sit there on the bed, and you have to hold her and cuddle with her, rub her back, make her feel adequate, make her feel loved, make her feel that you still think she's attractive. Love her always. And just learn to embrace how she's feeling emotionally. Because they're emotional creatures, they're nurturing creatures. They're emotional for a reason. But the women, though, are the ones that nurture our children. Because them nurturing our babies, their love they share about for their kids. And nurturing is what they do best. But that is also what makes them great companions. Because women are great companions because they have that nurturing nature. And I know because my friend's mother and sister are so nurturing too. Like my friend's sister, like I was talking about, held her. She's feeling sad. Holding her for almost an hour or so. It felt so good. I've never had any contact with a woman before, holding one in a long time. And holding a woman when she's feeling sad and emotional and I'm feeling the same way is by far the most enlightening experience ever. One thing I wish to have one day is the joy of seeing childbirth in the raw with a woman. I mean, even if it's this woman from Africa. I mean, if I'm with a woman and she wants me to hold her hand when she's going through it, or she wants me to hold like what she's doing, if she wants me to hug her, I'll do it. I'd love to hug her. If she's going through childbirth, she's in pain. If she wants me to, I'll give her kisses while she's doing it to make her feel better, or if it even help speed it up, I'll do that. I'd give her kisses, French kisses. While she's doing it, I'll hold her hand. While she's pushing, I'll even hold her while she's doing it. Hell, if I knew if I could figure out how to deliver a child, I'd do it for her. So, though I think if I had a child, I'd love to have it at home because that's where I was born. My mother gave birth to me and my brother at my house, so we were actually home children. We were actually born at home. So we had a midwife come in and a doctor. So when I was a kid, we were just born at the house. We didn't go to a hospital. So I was lucky. So then again, my mother was somebody that told the doctors not to give me mercury pills and stuff, and those pills that cause harm to your brain. And that's actually one of the reasons I'm actually smart today, and still, even after all the chemicals I've had, is because if that element would have affected me when I was younger, that mercury, I would have actually been so brain damaged, and I wouldn't be able to do anything. I would be like pretty much like a vegetable. It'd be terrible. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening, and I hope that the world fixes itself. I hope the medical system gets fixed and helps people and cures them. I hope that soldiers in the war at some point in the future ask questions about why they're there, in their superiors answer them, being officers. I also hope that poverty goes away and the homeless problem gets fixed. I hope there's peace on the earth at one point, even for a small bit of time, even if it was for just a year. It'd be nice. Just everyone being happy and joyful. Even if they had to make weed worldwide for everybody in a certain way that it would work for every single body, if they could find a vibration on it that would work for every single human on this planet, I'd do it. Because imagine the human race on weed. Imagine how peaceful people would be. They don't want to go to work, but imagine how creative they'd be. Imagine how food there would be. Oh my god. You smoke and you have the munchies. Oh my god. Oh my god. But you guys have a great day, and it's nice talking to you. We'll try to. Well, I'm sorry, it's because it's like kind of like everything pops in my head at once, so it's like everywhere. All these thoughts, and I can't write them down, so I kind of have to say them, or that I have to learn how to be telepathic and do it that way. There's no other option really. But it's just kind of like I'm happy. I'm also tired, so it kind of puts my brain to overdrive as well. I apologize. Usually I only got like 5 hours of sleep, maybe less than that actually. It's about 10, so yeah, about 6 hours of sleep. Never mind, less than that, probably 6 or 5 hours. Well, okay. You guys have a nice day. Talk to you later. Okay, bye. Peace out. Namaste.